there's a new set of large language models on the scene, O3 from OpenAI, and if you haven't heard about this in the last day or two, I think it's worth logging onto Twitter because there are some really interesting ideas going around, particularly about what this is going to mean. Oh my God, it's cold out. I'm out here in this frozen wasteland. What these new language models are going to mean in a world where it's technical jobs are increasingly going to become outsourced and displaced to AI. And in theory, just about any job which can be done purely on a computer can and likely will be replaced by AI and agentic systems. Full stop. Given enough time, probably will happen. Of course, with a caveat being that, at least for the foreseeable future, we'll need some actual humans to stick around and write the prompts. And then you might say, well, that's all well and good, but I'll probably be okay, at least in the short term, because there's some aspect of my job that requires some actual physical input. For example, maybe you work in manufacturing, you're working with your hands, trades, construction, automotive, whatever it might be. The point is, if we're looking at a chart of AI progress across time, robotics is still way behind software, especially when we're looking at things like fine motor skills and complex decision making. So yes, there is some buffer space there, and it's a pretty reasonable strategy in 2025 to say, okay, maybe I'll, encourage my kids to go to college for something which is not purely computers, but also requires some physical input. And that's a good hedge for now. But here's the thing. These O3 models are fucking really good. Getting very close to human benchmark numbers on ArcAGI, which is basically a series of tests designed, which aims to say, this is a real test for measuring how competent a model is, because the whole point of it is models aren't actually trained specifically for the types of tasks which they're given. For example, one task might be to give a model an image of a 3D shape and then ask it to generate an image of the same shape rotated 180 degrees. But the important thing being that in its training data, there's nothing about this particular shape. And so that's a really contrived example, but it's really just to help explain the general idea of what the ArcAGI tests are trying to measure for. Basically, just trying to get as close to how a real human might approach the problem as possible. And by the way,